The path was distinct enough to know that I was still on the trail though, so I kept going. But that's when I heard a very distinct sound. A whistle coming from up the mountain. It was faint, but I could hear the whistling hold a few notes before it stopped. I will admit, it was creepy and made me pretty uncomfortable, but I just figured someone else was on the trail. In the moment, that was the only thing that made sense. Another 20 minutes go by, and again, I hear the same melodic whistle, but this time much closer and louder. I was a little more creeped out this time, but I wasn't about to leave the trail just because of some guy whistling nearby. I went up about a quarter mile further, keeping my pocket knife in my hand just in case. A tree had fallen right on the path though, and the thorny branches made it difficult to climb over, so I had to walk around it. I turned to the right and took a couple steps before noticing a small valley, likely where a river used to flow. However, right in the middle was a small den made of large sticks. From the complexity of it, I knew it had to be man-made. I started putting the whistling in the den together, figuring someone might actually be living here. I got a bad feeling about the whole thing and decided I needed to go right away. But just as I turned to leave the valley, that same whistle came from right behind me. I felt my heart stop out of fear as I quickly turned to face the den. To my surprise, there was a goat standing just behind the valley, exactly where I heard the whistle from. Its eyes felt like they were staring into me as it stood there motionless. I also couldn't help but notice how large it was compared to other ones that I'd seen around the area. I was really freaking out in my head at this point and couldn't even comprehend the whole situation. After a few seconds, I managed to control myself and began walking back slowly, still facing it. But as I took one step back, it opened its mouth slightly and unnaturally. Then it let out the same whistle I'd heard too many times already. My fear took hold and I sprinted down the mountain, falling multiple times over trees and rocks. I heard the whistle one more time, softly echoing down the mountain as I made it to the exit of the trail. I never told anyone about my encounter, as I thought nobody would ever believe me and I'd only sound like a coward. But I hadn't heard about skinwalkers until recently, and as soon as I dug deeper into them, I realized that that may be the only possible explanation to what I saw.